Hey, what's going on, YouTubers? Hey, I got this 2004 Ford Explorer behind me. Customers been complaining about squeaking. So why don't you come over here and take a look at this? I want to show you something. It's got a little play on the front. What I want to show you here is come take a look down here. Let me grab a flashlight. And if you jounce this vehicle up and down, you'll hear squeaking. I've already lifted it up, but I just want to show you what the problem is. You want to come down here and zoom in right there. This right here is your upper ball joint. It's your control arm right here. Your control arm bushings are located here and here. But this right here is your upper ball joint. And if you'll notice, what I'm going to do, back up a little bit, look at this wheel, shut the wheel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it here at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And this is how you check for play in the upper ball joint and also the wheel bearing. And apparently this one has a little play in the wheel bearing. As I'm doing that, I can see it, I can feel it move, you can see it move. And also, if you look here again when I do this, you can also see, you see the upper ball joint? Showing that? You can see the upper ball joint moving right there. You can hear it too. But you can see it right here. And when that has play, when it's moving like that, it's time to replace it. What causes that is a lack of lubrication on that wheel bus. Out, it gets dry, rusted. You got metal on metal rubbing against each other. It's kind of like running an engine with no oil. It's also like having sex when the pussy get dry. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna fuck something up like that. You know, you need lubrication. You need to keep your shit lubricated. But ain't that right, baby? Go ahead and be quiet. She ain't gotta say nothing. Ain't that right, wet? Alright, if you want to check for tie rods, do 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And let's see if there's any play. Let me see if I can. It's got a little play right there from the wheel bearing. Let me show you the other side. Going over here. This side right here has a busted upper control arm boot, but there's no play though. Oh, actually it is. There it is. You can hear it moving too, but you can see it right there. So that's what we're gonna do today. Also a little oil change. So first thing you want to do, take these wheels off. They're 19 millimeter. 19s. So what we're gonna do is take these wheels off and show you how to replace these upper control arms. You go ahead and cut the tape. Alright, so here we are back in the vehicle. What we're gonna do, I've already done the other side. What we're gonna do is take off this upper control arm, basically taking the wheel off. What you're gonna need to do is take this off. This is an 18 millimeter. Let's see, just break that loose. That's 18. You got 21s on the sides on both of the control arm bushings right here and here. Basically what you want to do is just crack them loose. You don't necessarily have to take them all the way off. These aren't what's holding them in. What's holding them in is two 21s right underneath on both sides. And if you look at the new one we have here, this is part number, take a look at that, MS40117. This is what's holding him in. Here's your control arm right here. So we just took this one off. This is what we're loosening up. So 21 right here and right here. What this will allow it to do is pivot up and down once these are loose. but these are what's holding it in. These are also 21 millimeters. Everything's 21 on this, so this is an 18 right here. That's what we're doing. All I'm gonna do is crack it loose so I can knock that up. You can also access it from up top. Get down here. Air ducts in the way on this side. On the other side, it's a little bit. You can access it from the top. The back one's from the top. This one might have to do a little removal. Get some of them. Next thing you got to do once you get them sides loose, you're gonna need a VFH. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. You're gonna need BFH or some sort of hammer. You're gonna hit it right there so you can pop these. You have to shock this joint right here. There it goes. That's all you gotta do. Since we're replacing this upper control arm, see about loosening up those sides, it moves up and down. But you can also use a pickle fork right here in this situation. Just put it between this steering knuckle, the top of the steering knuckle, and between the ball joint, and it basically goes there. You just bang on the back of it, it'll pop right up. But if you're trying to save, you know, you can use that for tie rod boots and stuff like that, tie rods. But if you want to reuse it, then that's how the method you want to use. You want to hit it with a hammer so you don't damage that boot. In this case, both boots being destroyed, and we're replacing it. It really wouldn't matter which method you use. Alright, next thing you're going to do is take these 21s, pop these loose. Got that side loose. Watch out for that brake line because it's kind of in the way. Kinds of dirt up in there. Alright, basically and just to expedite things a little bit, I'm gonna use an impact on this one. you don't lose these shims. These will affect your suspension, your alignment angles. Don't lose them. This one right there. You got two shims, one up under here, goes between that nut, frame. Same thing over here. It goes between that nut and the frame, holding that control arm in. Boom, that's that one. Alright, before you take this out, you got this line right here. It's a wheel speed sensor. Goes all the way down here. You can actually, can't disconnect it down here. You have to disconnect a lot of stuff. It's very simple. Because it's actually connected to the hub, I believe. You come up from the top. Trace it up here. Man, speed the thing. I'm going to show you. Follow that wire up here. There it is right there. And there's your connection right there. All you got to do, press down on this tab right here. Push down and it shall release. Easier said than done. Alright, here you go. Okay. There she goes. Alright, next thing I gotta do is pull that down, just lift up, just kind of maneuver it out of here. There's your prize, right there. All right, new one. Most of these, all of these bolts and stuff are the same size as the new ones. So this is 18, this is 21, 21, 21, 21. Take your cover off right here. I try to tell the owner about buying good quality parts. This is like the cheapest one they had. You also want to see if this doesn't move. That's not a good thing. But it's moving, so that's good. Doesn't feel like it has too much grease in there. It's a non-serviceable joint, meaning that there is no zerk fitting up at the top where you can add grease to it. What you can do though is on a grease gun they have adapters, different tips that go on the end. One has a needle where you just punch a little hole in it and shoot it in there with a needle, and it's so small that when you take the needle out it'll kind of reseal itself. But just looking at it, looks like it's about to bust already. That boot just looks like an old part. I was telling him, I was suggesting Moog or Ray Bestos. I try to get like the professional parts, professional grade, and Moog. If you're gonna use Moog, they have the regular kind. They also have the problem solver line, and I recommend the problem solver line. But they got them at Rock Auto really cheap. RockAuto.com. That's where I get most of my auto parts. But they got everything for about half price. Love that website. These right here were like 38 bucks, about 40 bucks, 40 some with shipping. And I think the Moog ones, if they had them, they'd probably be about 60, 70 or something like that. Just a couple more bucks. But I think it's worth it though. Probably save you some money in the long run, hopefully. These right here will last him. And like I said, don't forget your shims. Shims just slide right up in there. You know what I'm saying? There's two little holes. Just slide them in there, boom. There you go. hangers right there. You got them on this side. Take the new one. Oops. Just take this shit out. Get my sensor out the way. There she goes. Couldn't find the hole. Couldn't find the hole. Alright. Got my shims. I'm gonna just put a little bit of penetrating oil on these, so maybe they prevent rust and corrosion. Helps it go on a little better. Bolt goes right through that hole, so it's gonna go on like that. And these little hooks, there's two little holes in there for it. What I'm gonna do, probably should have done this before I put it in there. I'm just loosen up these sides so that this will pivot up and down a little bit. Who's that? There we go. We got a little movement now. There she goes. Alright, so basically what we did is installation is just basically the opposite of removal. Don't forget your shims. Make sure you got those between the bolts and the frame. Tighten these back up. Put this on. This is not, you see there's a little gap right here. What I'm going to have to do is put the wheel back on. I'm going to lower it down. Put some weight on the suspension. And then this steering knuckle will go back to the top. And when it's down there, I'm going to get underneath here and tighten up this 18mm. Before I let this all down, I have tightened up these 21s on the side. But that's it though. So and after you do replace any kind of suspension component, you always need to get a wheel alignment. So we're going to need to probably take this somewhere and get it aligned. So yeah, anytime you replace anything, tie rods, control arms, just about anything except maybe sway bar end links. You can probably get replace sway bar end links and not have to do an alignment afterwards. But anything else related to suspension, you're gonna need alignment done. So once we get this all put back together, we're gonna get it aligned and put it back on the road. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe.